Okay, so here's a fun little thing today that I discovered. Luke 21:34, light. Okay, let's really examine what we have here. Okay, um, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged. Okay, I think that's an interesting terminology. Burdensome, grave, grievous, heavy, weighty, weightier. Okay, so overcharged with surfeiting. Okay, and drunkenness and cares of this life. Okay, relating to the present. All right, and so that day. Okay, now which day are we talking about here? In context, we're talking about um, the Antichrist showing up and deceiving you and making you believe that he's here to save you. Okay? Um, that's the day we're talking about here. Uh, so that day come upon you unaware. Okay? So non-apparent. Okay? Unexpected. That is adverbally, suddenly. Okay? So now you might ask yourself, and you may say, well, Mark, what are you talking about? Now, let's remember that Luke is the light bringer. Okay? So as we um, examine our Father's word, or let me rephrase that and say, as we expose ourselves to our Father's word, um, things such as Luke being the light bringer definitely um, fit into the equation. Okay, so now let's look at this word surfeiting. Okay, so we have probably from the same as, and here's where the rapture liars are really not going to like this, but that's okay. Properly a headache as a seizure, okay, of pain from drunkenness. That is, by implication, a debauch, by analogy, a glut, okay, surfeiting. So now, as we examine this scripture, are we actually witnessing our Father communicate through Luke with a double dose of warning here of the same thing? Does this actually account for drunkenness, or are we able to examine this from the spiritual perspective and deduce that drunkenness most certainly can cause much harm to the spirit as well as to the physical body? But is that why this appears this way? And I say no. I say this surfeiting is definitely related to this right here. So we have, when we look this up, we have the harpazo. Um, so to seize in various applications, each catch up, pluck, pull, taken by force. So there's your rapture theory right there. This is the same word that's utilized there. So now, why is it important? And why are these terms like drunkenness being utilized? Uh, there's a certain giddiness to drunkenness that could be equated even to those people who sit on those pews in the church believing that they're all saved and they're going to get raptured away. The only problem with that is they're totally unaware that Satan comes at the sixth trump pretending to be Jesus Christ. And at that point, when the Bible declares that most of the world will, well, all of the world, except those written in the Lamb's book of life, will worship Antichrist. Why? Because they're deceived. Why are they deceived? Because they were in an intoxicating environment that was very similar to drunkenness. The surfeiting it can be equated to going through all the channels on TV, which have, for the most part, nothing but a bunch of lying money grubbers, money changers on the television. So, anyway, there's my video. I thought that was extremely interesting that this Harpazo is here for the surfeiting. And anyway, now you know as well as I do. So have a good day.